Meanwhile, my first love was standing first in line. So baby, nothing's too much. I'm ready to play. Caught up in that undertow. Baby, you already know. I'll write music out of happy place. You know, it's more coming from sadness or frustration or...
Goapele. Now that's a name that takes you right back to those soulful, feel-good vibes. Her hit Closer was practically a soundtrack for daydreaming, manifesting, and just vibing out.
When I was writing Closer, it was really just a stream of consciousness, kind of my excitement to finally be getting my music out there.
But here's the thing. While that song is still a classic, Goapele herself seems to have slipped under the radar. So what really happened to the neo-soul queen with the hypnotic voice? Goapele isn't just a singer.
It's Goapele.
Goapele.
Yeah.
She's a songwriter, producer, and humanitarian who made a big splash in the early 2000s. With her dreadlocks and soulful vibe, Goapele took inspiration from legends like Stevie Wonder, Etta James, and Nina Simone. While also embracing the sounds of Miriam Makeba, Hugh Masekela, and Zulu Spears. Her music blended old-school soul with a fresh, modern touch, making her stand out in an industry that often feels repetitive. Her deep, moody vocals and poetic lyrics also gave her a very unique sound that felt both nostalgic and new. Born in Oakland around 1978, she had a journey unlike most. And trust me, there's a lot more to her story than just Closer. Goapele was never built for the cookie-cutter music industry. She was born to stand out. And if you take a look at her background, it's easy to see why. Her father, Douglas Molibane, was a South African political activist who fled apartheid, while her mother, Noah, was a fiery New Yorker who had been hitting the protest scene since she was 12 years old. Noah was studying at Friends World College when she crossed paths with Douglas in Nairobi, Kenya, and boom, a love story that defied borders was born.
My mom had her parents left Nazi Germany, you know.
Even her name has power. Goapele means to move forward in Setswana. And if there's one thing this woman has done throughout her life, it's just that. No looking back, no staying in one place, just constant evolution. She and her older brother, DJ Namene Molibane, grew up in a South African exile community in California, surrounded by activism and social justice warriors.
I was born in Oakland, but then as a small child, I lived in Los Angeles. And my dad was living in exile at the time.
And guess what? She didn't just sit on the sidelines. At just 10 years old, she organized the first ever preteen support group for the Bay Area Black Women's Health Project. Talk about starting young. As she got older, she kept that same energy, serving alongside her mother on the national board of Be Present, Inc., and working with Empowered Youth Educating Society, EYES, to uplift and educate her community. Music wasn't just a hobby in the Molibane household. It was the heartbeat of the home. Imagine a playlist that jumped from Stevie Wonder's smooth vocals to Miriam Makeba's powerful anthems with a little Bob Marley and Aretha Franklin sprinkled in. That was Goapele childhood soundtrack, and it shaped her into the artist she is today.
First started as people we knew, Letta Mbulu and Hugh Masekela and Miriam Makeba, and I was thinking,
that's what I want to do. Nina Simone and Sweet Honey in the Rock and Stevie Wonder and Bob Marley and a lot of unique voices. But
from the moment she could hold a tune, she was singing her little heart out, using her family as her first audience.
When I first started performing, I was singing over hip-hop tracks at my brother's parties.
But Goapele wasn't just some kid humming in the background. She had real talent. By high school, she was already performing at community events and at just 14 years old, joined the Oakland Youth Chorus. She also sang with vocal motion, making it clear that music wasn't just a phase, it was her future. Determined to take things to the next level, Goapele made the big move to Boston's Berklee College of Music after high school. But after soaking up all that musical knowledge, she knew where she truly belonged. Back home in Oakland, ready to chase her dreams. In 2001, with the help of her family, she dropped a 9-song promotional disc called Closer. Now, she didn't have a big record label behind her, just talent, determination, and some serious word-of-mouth buzz. And guess what? It worked. The EP sold 5,000 copies just from people talking about how good it was. Then came the magic moment. Her song, Closer, started picking up radio play and became an unexpected hit. Before she knew it, the album was sitting at number 63 on Billboard's top R&B hip-hop albums chart. But Goapele wasn't just a studio artist. She was out there shutting down live performances all over the Bay Area, building a loyal fan base who couldn't get enough of her hypnotic voice. Goapele wasn't about to let anyone control her career, so she took matters into her own hands. With her brother Naman Molabane and friend Theo Rodriguez, she launched her very own independent label, Sky Blaze Recordings. If the industry wasn't going to make room for her, she was going to carve out her own lane.
I've proven if there's an audience for my music before an executive tells me.
In 2002, she decided Closer needed a little upgrade, so she reworked the album, added 5 new tracks, and released it under her label as Even Closer.
You're so fucking romantic. You and me, revolving. Won't work just for a week. It's going good now we can see.
With a little extra push from Hieroglyphics Imperium Recordings, she got nationwide distribution. And suddenly, her once local success started catching fire across the country. Her song Closer became a Bay Area anthem, especially after San Francisco's hip-hop station, KMEL, put it on rotation. But it didn't stop there. Goapele was now getting noticed on a national level. Even Closer earned her a 3-star review in Rolling Stone and some major praise from Billboard. And it wasn't just love songs that had people talking. Goapele wasn't afraid to speak her mind. Tracks like Red, White, and Blue, which she wrote as America rushed toward militarized responses to global threats. Then came a huge moment. Closer landed on the soundtrack of the 2003 dance movie Honey.
I like that. Your flavor's hot.
Okay, I got it. You're a biter now. Oh.
Introducing her smooth, ethereal sound to an even bigger audience. And in 2004, Columbia/Sony Music saw the vision and partnered with Sky Blaze to re-release Even Closer with extra tracks. By then, Goapele was touring North America with the band Spearhead, winning over new fans city by city. And it was paying off. Even Closer climbed to number 24 on the Billboard Top Independent Albums chart. Goapele was seriously catching everyone's attention. And when Erykah Badu gives you a nod, you know you're doing something right. Badu voted Even Closer as the most creative and innovative album for the 2003 Shortlist Music Project and gushed, "Goapele, you shine. I love you. I'm pleased that you demonstrate true Jedi. And the music is beautiful too. If that's not the ultimate cosign from a queen, I don't know what is. After her huge success with Even Closer, Goapele wasn't about to stop. In December 2005, she dropped her second album, Change It All, which gave us the unforgettable hit singles First Love
Meanwhile, my first love was standing first in line.
and Love Me Right. The album boasted some serious production creds from names like Jeff Basker, Mike Tiger, Amp Live, Sarah Creative Partners, and Linda Perry, just to name a few. And the result? It hit number 32 on the Billboard Top R&B Hip Hop Album chart and snagged number 2 on the Top Heat Seekers list. Goapele albums were also getting major love from the press, with Rolling Stone, Nylon, Billboard, Vibe, Marie Claire, Essence, and more magazines all showing her some serious respect. She even made it to the covers of local Bay Area magazines like San Francisco Magazine, Diablo Magazine, and East Bay Express, solidifying her status as a hometown hero. And just when you thought things couldn't get any bigger, Goapele was named the number 5 artist to watch in Rolling Stone's July 2003 issue. Not to mention she made it on MTV's Top 10 Artists to Watch and collaborated with Aldo Shoes for a major HIV/AIDS awareness campaign. This girl was unstoppable. In 2009, Goapele was ready to drop some serious heat with her third studio album, and the buzz started with the release of the single Milk and Honey. This track, produced by Bedrock, gave fans a little taste of what was coming. Goapele wasn't done yet. In 2011, she shook things up by announcing the album would be titled Break of Dawn instead.
It's fun. I think Break of Dawn is a wide emotional range.
She set up shop at Skylight Studios in Oakland, also known as the Zoo, and teamed up with a powerhouse of producers, including Drumma Boy, Kanye West, Mike Tiger, and more. It was going to be a musical explosion. After a few delays, the album finally dropped on October 25th, 2011. Goapele wasn't about to rest on her laurels. In 2014, she came back stronger than ever with her 5th studio album, Strong as Glass. The lead single, Hey Boy, featuring Snoop Dogg, was a certified banger, and the video hit YouTube with all the energy we could handle. Goapele was still doing her thing, and her fans were loving it. But then she suddenly disappeared.
Since before I got involved in the industry, that I wanted to be on top of my business, and I didn't want to be taken advantage of. For me, I started out independently and was on the business side of it.
Then, after a 6-year hiatus, this powerhouse vocalist returned in 2023 with her 7th studio album, Colors. The lead single, Time Heals, released in July 2023, felt like a sigh of relief for everyone, including Goapele herself. The track was like the light at the end of the tunnel, bringing fans back to her soulful embrace after all the years. It was proof that Goapele talent doesn't fade. It just gets better with time. And she also involved her fans' sense of smell in the album, too.
That part won't be for everybody, but for people that get it really early.
At 47 years old, Goapele is still out here proving that soul, activism, and boss moves can go hand in hand with her $1 million net worth. In 2006, the Ella Baker Center for Human Rights even named her a human rights cultural hero. Because when she's not blessing us with her hypnotic voice, she's out there fighting for justice. And get this, she even launched Change It All, a website dedicated to spotlighting activists and change makers. Oh, and because she's Goapele, she brought in Kanye West, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, and more to be part of it. No big deal, right? Just another day in the life of a queen making an impact. But when she's not out here changing the world, she's got a beautiful life at home with her husband, Theo Rodriguez, and their daughter, Bahia Osun, who was born in May 2007. Talk about a woman who can do it all. Goapele has kept her sound fresh, her message powerful, and her legacy unshakable.